Hello, Mr. Geiselhart here, and we're going to be looking at special right triangles, specifically in this video, the 45-45-90 triangle, and how to solve triangles using proportion. The first thing I want to look at is the ratio of the sides of any 45-45-90 right triangle. It's also called an isosceles right triangle because two of the sides are the same length. So anytime you have two of the sides that are congruent and it's a right triangle, that means it's going to have 45-degree angles. The ratio of those sides are going to be 1, 1, and the square root of 2. And I'll show you how to use that in similar triangles to solve for missing sides. Okay, in this example we have two isosceles right triangles. Now the first one there is just showing what the ratio of any 45-45-90 triangle are, 1, 1, and the square root of 2. If I look at the other triangle, notice that I'm given one length. I'm given one side is 10 and I want to find the other two. Well, in order to do that, we're going to use the fact that these triangles are similar. We know they're similar by angle, angle. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm actually going to use proportions to do this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each one here in my second triangle, the one I'm trying to solve, and I'm going to make it into a ratio of each side. Because the ratios are always going to be the same in similar triangles, that means I can always make these into ratios over 1, and over the square root of 2. So now to solve, all I'm going to do is set up a proportion and cross multiply. So the first one I'm going to solve for is x. So what I have is I have 10 over 1. Now, all these sides have to have the same ratios, so that means I can make them equal to each other. So 10 over 1 is equal to x over 1. When I cross multiply, I'm going to end up with x equals 10, or just that this side down here is 10. If I want to find the hypotenuse in this case, I'm just going to set up a proportion by setting those two equal to each other. So that'll be 10 over 1 is equal to y over the square root of 2. Now, when I cross multiply, I get y equals 10 times the square root of 2, and that will be my answer here. Okay, in this example here, I'm actually given the hypotenuse instead of one of the legs, but we're going to solve the problem the exact same way. So I'm going to start by going to the legs and putting each of those over 1, and then over the square root of 2 is going to be my hypotenuse. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make an equation. So I'm going to take this one and set them equal to each other. So y over 1 equals 15 over the square root of 2. Well, y over 1 is just y, so that's y equals 15 over the square root of 2. And that's going to be my answer for that one. Now, we know that x and y are the same because the two sides of an isosceles right triangle are the same, so this side is also going to be 15 over the square root of 2.